This is Mark and Charity's Coffee Podcast.
Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast. Happy Canada Day tomorrow, halfway through 2022. It's Thursday, June 30th. Actually, based on the number of days, July 2nd is the midway point. Because with February being 28 days in the first half.
So if we wanted to be really technical,
if you wanted to go by
and specific
days,
and accurate,
July 2nd.
July 2nd, halfway through the year.
If you wanted to get us 6 months, we're halfway through. Solid C plus 2022.
See, I would have graded it higher.
Why? Because
but
of 20,
I think you're more
on the bell curve.
I think you're more critical. I think you're more serious about it. Where I'm like, yeah, it's okay, it's good, we're good, we're open, we're moving, we're doing stuff. I'm okay with the student, B minus.
No, if you're the student sitting beside 2020 and 2021, you look like a friggin' genius.
Oh, you do, yes.
But over the course of history, where we've had so many great accomplishments, yeah, you're really mailing it in 2022. But we'll take it. Big Canada Day celebrations going on tomorrow. We'll touch on that a little bit. Tim Porter's going to be on the podcast later on from Tweed Co. But we opened the show this morning because on Monday, we had a very, very serious staff meeting by Zoom.
Every Monday is a serious
Every Monday, so serious.
Staff meeting.
We go through a status of the company. And
see what everybody's up to.
I usually goof around and eat. And I opened up a package of licorice, and I was unaware that my mic wasn't muted. And that was Pavlovian to Charity. She was
No, see, you keep saying that. It's because I saw you. We were on a Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
Yes, I heard it, but it was seeing what the noise was that got me up and out to your desk.
In the middle of a very important meeting, Charity got up and came out for licorice.
I did. I saw you with the licorice bag. I'm like, oh, Mark's got licorice. So I came out and I asked you for licorice. A piece of licorice.
Yeah. So I gave you two. You said, thank you. You turned to go. I said, here's a third for later. And you said, oh, I can't have three. I have to have an even number. Mm-hmm. And you walked away into the booth. And you have no idea.
You hollered after me, OCD. And I'm like, yep. And then I came.
And I just stared at the door and I tucked it away. So we brought it up this morning, why you can only eat even numbers of things. And that wasn't just a one-off. That's a real thing.
I don't know why. It makes me wonder about the psychology behind it, honestly, because we talked about it this morning and I found out that I am not alone, that there are other people out there who feel the same thing. But yes, I have a need to have things equal. It has to be balanced, and especially when it comes to food. So there has to be, if it's an individually packaged or individual items of a food, I need to have it equal. I can't have an odd number.
So you have to cut it in half to have two pieces.
If I have an odd number, I'll cut it in half so there's a balance.
Even number.
It's about balance. It's balance.
How many pieces of pizza then? Two? And if you have one, do you cut it in half? Or you just eat one?
It's not, I don't find the need there.
Right.
But with the licorice, I would much rather have two pieces of licorice than one.
But you would endure four rather than stop at three. You'd take three and split the last one in half.
If it was only three available, I would split the third one in half, yes. If there was the option of getting a fourth, then I would get a fourth.
Wow.
I know it's very perplexing. You're looking at me like I have two heads, and I get that. But it's I don't have an aversion to odd numbers. I in fact, my favorite numbers when it comes to just numbers, I much prefer odd numbers than even numbers. Like my favorite numbers are 7, 9, anything with a 3. It's not across the board. It's just I find when I eat.
My birthday's March 3rd, 0303, so I just like 3 because of that. Mm-hmm. Here's the next question I get a chance to ask you this morning. When did you know this?
No, it's been all my life.
When was the first time, so you never recognized it?
No.
You just accepted the fact?
Yeah, as far as I know, I've always been like that.
When I brought it up to say, what?
No, I get that it's weird, but there's never been a moment where I've always done it. It's always been... And when we were talking about it this morning, I had a physical reaction to it. I could feel myself tense up at just the thought of it. So
yes, number of something. Mm-hmm. So, but
it's always been
as you mentioned, no, we're not alone. We got some texts. People texted
People texted in and agreed with me, which was nice.
No, yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't want anybody to text in and say weirdo.
No, but they did. Amanda texted in and said, "I'm with Charity. It's got to be even for eating." Another listener texted in and said, with volume numbers, with radio and TV, digitally, it's got to be on an even number. And yes, I would agree with that too. I aim for that, except for multiples or 5. Multiples of 5 are okay.
Right.
She said, and their favorite number is 13. So much like me, they like uneven numbers too, but when it comes to certain things, it has to be even. There's a balance there.
So if you were listening to the radio and it was at 19, you would bump it up to 20.
Probably, yep.
Or downgrade it to 18. I can't say downgrade it to 18 because 20 is just a great number.
Turn it down to 18? Yeah.
20. Nice round number.
Yeah, I probably
okay.
would.
No, I was just so into that I can't eat 3. That you recognize that you're comfortable with that.
It's got to be a balance.
And
I don't know that I've ever actually said it out loud before.
That's what I mean. Like, when did you know? And if it's just always been that
I've
way.
always felt that way, but to actually acknowledge it verbally, like to say to another person, no, it's got to be even. That might have been the first time. I don't know that I've ever done that.
Wayne and the boys know that about you? And
they
have you
might
recognized whether they have any of those kind of tendencies?
Yeah, they do. I would say they do recognize it because I make a point of, like, it's all about even, right? And I think we do that with our kids. It's got to be shared evenly. So you're always working with even numbers. Like when it comes to Halloween candy, gifts, money, anything that you're breaking, even food when you're dishing it out. Okay, I'll give you 2 scoops. I'll give you 2. Like, you don't give one less or more than the other. So it's finding that balance. So yeah, I've seen it in them too, because they'll do it too.
Wow. Anyway,
maybe not to the same extent that I do, but yeah.
Well, it doesn't overshadow your life. It's just it's the quirky things.
Just part of the quirky person that I am. But I am curious. When we were talking about it and we got off the air, I did say, I would be interested to Google that and see if there's some sort of, I don't want to say...
name for it?
Yes. Some sort of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Condition?
Yes, condition.
I don't think there is. It's just interesting.
It is interesting. Like what kind of wiring? Like what does that mean when you're wired that way? You don't have an aversion necessarily to uneven numbers, but things need to be even in your life.
I have 2 quirks around the dinner table.
What's that?
Which my family completely recognizes. Number 1, when I'm done taking a drink of milk, I lick my glass. Because there's always a little ridge or drip of milk, right? And I don't like it on the outside of my glass. So I drink and then I lick and I put the glass down. And I don't know when the kids are like, what are you doing? It's like, would you look how you have a teardrop of milk on the outside of your glass. Can't even look at it.
It drives you crazy. Lick. How as kids did you not wipe it?
I don't know.
When they were young, how did you not go over and wipe it then if it drives you crazy?
I probably did. I don't know. Now that and then the other thing is I always eat food right in front of me. So if and then I want potatoes. Now the potatoes are over here. I turn my plate. I'm a plate turner. I turn my plate.
Does your food touch?
My food can touch.
Yes.
I'm not a freak. Yeah.
Well, I do. I know people who
my nephew's the same way.
They cannot have their food touch on their plate.
And if at any point it did, and you separate it, new plate.
Yep.
It's got to go on a new plate now. The touch.
Can't do it.
Cannot do it.
I can't. I can do that. I'm fine with it. Mix it all together.
And I know it bothers people, and we're not knocking people. It's 2022. We don't make fun of people.
But it's just the quirky things that make you unique and make you who you are.
So, but good for you. So we'll have to look that up. Text in if you've got any other ones. That's the quirkiness of people that you meet. I just think that's neat to find out those little quirky things.
It's funny that it stood out to you so much because you did make the OCD comment and we kind of chuckled about it. I thought, okay, well, we'll move on.
Oh my gosh, turns out it is.
Wait a minute. What?
Hang on.
And I do think it's a touch of that too. OCD.
Yeah,
like it's just compulsory. You just have.
Right? We all have some compulsion. So everybody says, no, I'm free of everything. No, we all have a habit, a tick, something that defines us. And often when you find that, that's how when you really get to know somebody. And so it's pretty neat. So I know I'm never going to buy you 3 of anything.
It's not
Never going to happen. Not going to do it.
Not a good idea.
Yep.
It will drive me crazy. Unless you want to drive me crazy.
3 Timbits left in the box.
Nope.
Give them to charity.
No.
Because you're going to get one. She's going to eat 2.
Like,
and
I can feel my jaw clenching again. Just the idea. Like, that's what I mean.
Of eating 3 of them.
Yeah, just looking at the box and seeing 3.
But you can do it. You could do it.
No, I couldn't. I could not. I would rather give it to, I would give all 3 to someone, honestly.
Before you would eat 3 of them.
Yeah.
So it just bothers you that much.
Yeah, it does.
Wow.
It really does.
All right, you take a break. Our buddy Tim Porter from Tweed Company gave him a shout on the show. They got a lot going on this summer.
Hello.
Hello. How are you, Tim?
Oh, hi.
Hi, everybody. Tim Porter, hardest working man in show business.
I try.
Young company camps, intensive shows going on.
Oh my gosh, so
with,
much coming up.
Tweed and Company. And you got yourself a busy summer. What's going on?
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, yeah, exactly everything you just said.
And then some. The summer season, has it kicked off yet officially?
Well, we've had a couple of spring concerts, but yeah, summer season will kick off with Ride the Cyclone July 19th.
Yeah, that seems to be sort of the tent pole for the whole summer. Tell us about the show, because it's a cast of what, like 9 or 10 people?
Well,
it's a
hang
big
on.
show.
Let's back up, because when we first saw this title,
Right.
we wondered, why is Tweed & Company putting on a carnival?
I know, it's so funny, right? And we did. So the show is it's Ride the Cyclone. It's based on it is based on the roller coaster. Technically, it's a show about a Canadian chamber choir that goes on this roller coaster ride and they die.
Oh.
And the show is in purgatory and they're competing for a chance to come back to life. Only one of them gets to come back to life.
Oh.
It sounds a bit dark, but it is a comedy. It's super uplifting. It's the perfect show for this day and age. You know, it's very inspirational. But yeah, like you said, Mark, it's a cast of 9 plus a 4-person live band. I don't know how we're even going to fit them all in the building. But yeah, it's very exciting. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And you said it kicks off July 19th, runs through to the 23rd. How can people get tickets?
On our website, which is tweedandcompany.com, or they can call our box office, which is 613-478-6060. Or if you want to book in person, you can pop into Frost House Antiques in Tweed, and we have in-person sales there throughout the week.
It's really great because half the performances will be in Tweed at the Marlborough Arts Centre up in Actinolite. The other half will be in Bancroft now because you've also moved into the Village Playhouse.
That's right, yeah. Our new exciting business model. So for us, it obviously cuts our rehearsal costs in half. It cuts our production expenses like sets and costume and cast and all those things in half. It's been very exciting, and the community here has been so welcoming. So, yeah, we're just going to keep on growing.
Now, what can you tell us about the cast, Tim? Are they local? Where does the cast come from?
Most of this cast is from Toronto or from across Canada. This is one of our professional shows. So all of these people would have gone to college for musical theater performance. We've got some incredible talent of people that you will recognize from film and TV and major musicals in Toronto, and Dora award-winning performers, and Chris Chiucci, who's our musical director and band leader, is a celebrated Canadian cabaret artist and musician, and it's really an incredible group. They're unreal talented.
Yeah, what hand are you playing in that? I'm not hearing your name yet.
I'll be directing the show.
You are!
But yep. And then we also have an incredible choreographer, Sierra Holder, who is, again, an award-winning choreographer from Toronto, who will be doing the dancing. And yeah, it's an amazing group. We're very blessed.
Okay, which of the 9 gets to come back to life? You going to tell us?
No, it's
no spoiler alert.
Well, this is so great, Tim, to have this kind of performing, to have this kind of art right here in our own backyard is amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah, we agree.
Super high caliber.
Very excited. Yeah, super high caliber. It's the same, like I said, it's the same cast, like same performance you'd see at a Mervish production in Toronto, but you're paying average of $30 a ticket instead of $150.
You're 10 minutes from home.
Yeah.
Beauty.
Exactly.
Hey, Tim, keep up the great work this summer. I know you had some camps for kids. Some of them are full. Are there still some spots available for others?
Yeah, that's right. So the youth camp in Bancroft is entirely full. Tweed Summer Youth Theater still has spots in both the July and August sessions, and then that's a full month long. So if you want something shorter, we do have week-long camps in Tweed as well that still have spots available, and a teen camp in Bancroft with spots still available.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, gosh.
Super stuff.
That's
great
so
stuff.
great.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Tim Porter, Tweed and Company, Ride the Cyclone, the musical from Purgatory.
Yes.
Which one comes back? Buy a ticket and find out.
Thanks, guys.
Come on, just eat the third one. Come on,
Stop it.
Okay. So
I may have to get a pair of tickets to that show. After speaking with Tim, it sounded really good. And to see it.
They're always fun.
They are always fun. I used to go quite often to the Sterling Theatre. There's something about community theatre.
There is.
I say community, I mean having that in our community.
Yeah.
It's so nice. And as he said, to have that right in our own backyard and to have that caliber of talent and production take advantage of it. Don't miss out.
Everybody, you take a look at the millions of dollars every week at the box office. I know we all love movies.
Yes, of course.
But if you haven't seen a play in a while, you'll forget just how incredibly entertaining they are to see live theater. And this is from a guy who did mornings in Stratford. So professional
theater, yes.
But I probably didn't. I started in Stratford in 1988. I don't think I went and saw my first play there. I'd gone in high school till maybe 92 or 93. I probably lived there 3 or 4 years before we said, do you want to go see a play? Because you're so immersed in the culture of it and the importance of it that you forget to go and actually watch one.
Yeah.
And that's like, well, okay, let's go see Hamlet, whatever. Like, okay, whatever. Shakespeare in Stratford, and then you come out going, why did I say whatever? Like, that was unbelievable.
Yeah.
How talented. And then it can be any other. Like, I missed To Kill a Mockingbird. They did To Kill a Mockingbird.
Mark.
We saw them do The Sound of Music.
Love The Sound of Music.
With Cynthia Dale.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, oh my gosh. Cyrano de Bergerac with Comfior.
You know what?
Live theater. But I get what
it's
you mean.
one of my favorite things to do. I love going to see a show in Toronto.
Live theater.
We have not taken the boys yet. I cannot wait. I'm waiting for the right show to take them. Because I remember going as a kid, the first one my parents took me to was Cats. And really all I remember that are the eyes, the cats running up and down the aisle at the beginning. And then it was Phantom. And you ask anybody from this area, everyone saw Phantom with Colm Wilkinson. It was amazing.
Spectacular.
Amazing. And to be in that environment, live song and dance and acting, and the theater is just incredible. And to have that here, now I realize it's not.
But it is.
But it is.
It's so much closer to Toronto than you give it credit for in your head.
Absolutely. You're not going to see a chandelier drop from the ceiling. But these actors and actresses are incredibly talented, as you heard from Tim. And it's so much fun.
When they put together Hastings a couple of years ago to celebrate the anniversary, and they had the instruments and they did it in downtown Tweed. They were going to do like 8 shows or whatever. I think they did 1,000 because people kept coming.
Well, yeah.
People keep, because you never think it's going to be as great as it is. And it is. So support them, okay? Get your tickets. You're going to thank yourself for going. And support them either in Bancroft, Tweed and Company, Sterling. Look around at here in Belleville when they do it, and we've got the Wings Theater.
Yes, over in the county. We are so
the barn.
So fortunate to have this here, and that's just one more thing you can add to your list of things to do this summer.
Here we are.
Yep, kick it off, of course, with tomorrow with Canada Day, and just run, just go and enjoy.
We don't want to get to Labor Day and say, remember on June 30th, we reminded you to go do all that stuff and you didn't. Do it, okay? Make this the busiest, most amazing summer you ever had, because the last 3 blew. Yeah. We don't want.
And as we've said, you don't have to travel hours and hours away. It's here.
Don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on tickets.
Nope.
The money you would have spent on one ticket in there, you can have dinner and a show here and pay the babysitter.
Yeah.
And then you're 10 minutes from home.
Yep.
Nothing better than that. So enjoy it. Happy Canada Day tomorrow. You can be off on Monday.
I am off on Monday.
We're back at it on Tuesday.
I'm excited. We're going to a Jays game this weekend.
Right.
Yes.
Father's Day gift.
Yes. So yes, I will be back on Tuesday.
We'll talk to you then. Enjoy your long weekend. Okay, please keep it safe. And if you've missed any of our Mark and Charity Coffee podcasts from this week, you can always catch up this weekend wherever you get your favorite podcast. Up daily by 11 o'clock in the morning. Happy Canada Day. We'll talk to you next week.